All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that, let's be honest, drives a lot of us crazy. How do you turn content that gets a bunch of likes into content that actually gets you results? We're going to talk about shifting from just making noise online to actually making an impact. Let's get right into it.
So, let me ask you this, and be honest. You post something you're proud of, a cool video, a really sharp graphic, and the likes start to roll in. It feels good, right? But then, crickets. No new leads, no signups, no sales. If that sounds painfully familiar, you're in the right place.
And that right there, that's what we call the post and hope problem. It's a super common habit of just, throwing content out into the world and crossing your fingers, just hoping something sticks. But I think we all know, hope is not a business strategy.
Let's really look at the difference here. On one side, you've got post and hope, which most of the time just adds to the noise and ends up being a huge waste of your time and effort. But on the other side, you've got strategic content, which is designed from the very beginning to get you real results and actual growth. Think of it like this. One is basically buying a lottery ticket. The other is making a smart investment.
In the wild world of social media, attention is the single most valuable currency there is, and you have an incredibly short amount of time to earn it. We call it the 3-second rule. That's it, 3 seconds. That's all you get to stop someone's thumb from scrolling right past you. If you fail in those first 3 seconds, honestly, nothing else you do even matters.
So how in the world do you win that 3-second battle? Well, here are 3 really concrete ways to do it. First, use bold visuals. I'm talking movement, surprising colors, something unexpected. Second, use a killer hook statement, something like, "Stop scrolling if you want to learn." And third, give them immediate value. Tell them exactly what they're going to get out of your post right up front. Okay, so grabbing their attention, that's just step 1. It's crucial, but it's not enough. Once you have their eyes on your content, that content needs to have a job to do. This brings us to a really foundational idea. Every single piece of content you create has to have a purpose. And really, there are 4 main jobs your content can have. It needs to do one of these things. Educate your audience. Teach them something they didn't know. Entertain them. Make them laugh. Make them feel something. Inspire them with a powerful story. Or, and this is a big one, drive them to take a specific action. No exceptions. Every post needs a clear job. And now, we get to the real meat of this explainer. We are going to walk through a simple, repeatable framework that you can use to create content that actually converts, time and time again. This is where we say goodbye to the post and hope strategy for good. So you can think of what's coming next as the magic formula. It's the answer to that problem we talked about at the very beginning. It's a structure, a blueprint that you can apply to pretty much any post to give it purpose and a much, much higher chance of actually working. Here it is. It's a simple 4-step process. Step 1 is the hook. You gotta grab their attention in those first 3 seconds. Step 2 is value. Give them something useful, whether it's educational, entertaining, or inspiring. Step 3 is proof. And this is key. Show them it works with testimonials, stats, or examples. And finally, step 4, the call to action. Tell them exactly what you want them to do next. I really want to double down on that 3rd step, proof. This is the one so many people skip. You can have the best hook in the world, you can provide amazing value, but if you don't offer any proof, you haven't built the trust you need for someone to actually follow through on your call to action. Proof is the bridge that gets them from just being interested to actually taking action. Okay, theory is great and all, but let's see how this thing actually performs out in the real world. We're going to look at a quick case study that perfectly shows the power of putting these 4 simple steps into practice. So here's the situation. I bet a lot of you can relate to this. We had a personal trainer who was posting awesome workout tips every single day. The posts were getting likes, a few comments, but it just wasn't turning into paying clients. Sound familiar? So this is the simple, strategic change they made. The before was just posting workout tips, that's the value piece of our framework. The after post kept that great value, but it added 2 absolutely critical elements. Client progress stats for the proof, and a super clear call to action at the end. DM me the word plan. So what was the result of this tiny little tweak? 8. By simply adding proof and a call to action, this trainer booked 8 new clients in only 3 weeks. That is the massive difference between just posting content and having a real strategy.
Now, to help you actually put this to work, let's just quickly run through some common mistakes to avoid. First, posting without a strong hook. Second, using boring, generic stock photos that nobody's going to stop for. Third, and this is a huge one, forgetting to actually ask people to do something. And finally, trying to create content for everybody instead of for your specific person.
All right, let's zoom out for our final and maybe most important takeaway. Because beyond any specific framework or tactic, there's a golden rule. It's a mindset shift that is the foundation of all great content.
And here it is. This is the golden rule. Stop chasing viral and start aiming for valuable. See, a viral hit is exciting, but it's fleeting. It's a flash in the pan. But value? Value is different. Value builds trust. It builds a loyal community, and it compounds over time, creating a solid foundation for real, sustainable growth.
So I'll leave you with this one question to really think about. As you look at your own content strategy now, what's the one thing you can do this week to make your content not just seen, but truly valuable to your audience?